Did you know that more than half of Canadian seniors are at risk of unintentionally breaking the law in 2025, not because they're criminals, but simply because the rules keep changing faster than anyone can keep up? We're talking about everyday actions like giving financial help to your grandchildren, signing documents the old-fashioned way, or forgetting to report a tiny side income. None of these sound like crimes. But in today's Canada, overlooking the fine print can lead to frozen pensions, surprise tax bills, denied medical choices, or even losing your housing security. These aren't rare scenarios. They're happening right now, to real people across the country. And the scariest part? Most seniors don't even realize they're vulnerable until it's too late. That's why this video could be one of the most important you'll watch this year. Because in the next 40 minutes, we're counting down the 10 laws Canadian seniors must understand in 2025. Rules that could protect your retirement, your savings, your health, and even your dignity. Stick around, because law number 3 is something almost nobody talks about, yet it could completely change how your pension works. Let's dive in. Number 10. Digital wills and online registration. The idea of a will used to be simple: you wrote it on paper, signed it in front of witnesses, and tucked it away in a drawer or safe. But as of 2025, several provinces, Ontario, Alberta, British Columbia, and more, are legally recognizing digital wills. That means you can now create, sign, and store your will entirely online, in government-approved registries. Sounds modern and convenient, right? But here's the catch: not all digital wills are automatically valid. Each province sets very specific rules. For instance, many require 2 digital witnesses to be present during your signing, and those witnesses can't be just anyone. They need to be properly identified and approved on the platform you're using. Skip a step, or use an uncertified platform, and your will could be declared invalid. Imagine thinking your estate is secure, only to leave your family in years of legal battles because your online will didn't meet technical requirements. If you're over 60 and haven't reviewed your estate plan in the last year, now is the time. Use certified services, notify your executor where your documents are stored, and keep a backup PDF or paper version just in case. This shift toward digital estate planning can make life easier, but it can also turn into a legal nightmare if you're not careful. Number 9. The right to disconnect, especially for seniors who still work. Many Canadians are returning to the workforce after retirement, whether because they enjoy staying active or simply because the cost of living demands it. And in 2025, a new law is reshaping how seniors experience part-time or contract work. It's called the right to disconnect. This legislation gives employees the legal right to ignore work calls, texts, or emails outside their scheduled hours. No more pressure to check emails late at night. No more guilt about refusing last-minute shifts. For seniors balancing health, family time, and part-time jobs, this is a breath of fresh air. But here's what most don't realize: many employers either haven't updated their policies or hope their workers won't notice. Seniors, especially those used to always being available during their careers, may continue working unpaid hours out of habit, or fear of losing their job. If you're still in the workforce, ask your employer directly for their disconnect policy. By law, they must provide it in writing. If they don't, they could be violating federal standards. You've worked hard your whole life. Don't let anyone steal your time now. Number 8. Pension splitting changes under the CRA. Pension splitting has long been one of the smartest tax-saving strategies for retired couples in Canada. But 2025 brought adjustments that are catching people by surprise. The Canada Revenue Agency has updated income thresholds and tax credit rules. That means the same pension split you used last year might actually cost you more this year. Here's why: transferring too much income to your spouse might push them into a higher tax bracket, reduce their guaranteed income supplement, or even trigger clawbacks on old age security. Many couples are discovering unexpected tax bills because they didn't update their strategy. The lesson? Review your pension income plan every single year. Don't assume your tax software will catch everything. Talk to a financial advisor who specializes in seniors' finances, and run scenarios using the new 2025 thresholds. A 5-minute adjustment now could save you thousands at tax time. Number 7. Expanded medical assistance in dying, MAID, eligibility. Few laws are as sensitive, or as personal, as this one. Since 2016, Canadians facing unbearable physical suffering could request medical assistance in dying. But in 2025, eligibility has expanded to include some people suffering solely from mental illness. For seniors, this raises both new options and profound ethical questions. To qualify, you must go through multiple psychiatric evaluations, mandatory waiting periods, and demonstrate that other treatments have been exhausted. Seniors with cognitive decline, like dementia, are still excluded unless they can provide informed consent throughout the process. This law gives more autonomy to those suffering, but it also demands that families have honest, difficult conversations sooner rather than later. If you haven't updated your Advanced Care Directive, now is the time. Even if you're not considering MAID, being clear about your wishes today can spare your family confusion and pain tomorrow. Number 6. The Residents' Bill of Rights in Care Homes. Stories of neglect in long-term care homes have haunted Canadians for decades. But in 2025, provinces like Ontario, Manitoba, and Nova Scotia strengthened protections through a Residents' Bill of Rights. This law guarantees seniors in care homes, and those receiving home care, greater autonomy and dignity. That means you have the right to refuse treatment, demand privacy, participate in planning your own care, file complaints without fear of punishment. Facilities are legally required to post these rights clearly and explain them to residents and families. If caregivers violate them, by ignoring requests, failing to knock, or giving medication without explanation, they can face investigations, fines, or even closure. Your voice matters. Don't be afraid to use it. Number 5. New safeguards against power of attorney abuse. Power of attorney documents are meant to protect seniors. Sadly, they're also one of the most abused legal tools in Canada. Relatives, friends, even caregivers have drained entire life savings by misusing POA authority. In 2025, provinces responded with tougher safeguards. Now, people acting under POA face stricter reporting rules, and banks must flag suspicious activity. In some provinces, major financial or housing decisions now require 2 separate POA holders to agree, preventing a single person from misusing their power. The message is clear: one signature should never control your entire life. If you haven't reviewed your POA in years, do it today. Choose wisely, consider appointing co-agents, and make sure your bank and doctor know who holds authority, and under what limits. Number 4. Rental law changes for seniors. With housing costs skyrocketing, renting in retirement is becoming more common, and more difficult. In 2025, provinces like British Columbia, Quebec, and Prince Edward Island introduced senior-specific tenant protections. These include rent increase caps for tenants over 65. Mandatory relocation assistance if a landlord evicts a senior for renovations. Longer notice periods before eviction. Some cities are also giving seniors priority access to affordable housing waitlists. If you're renting, keep every communication with your landlord in writing. And if you feel pressured, reach out to tenant advocacy groups immediately. These protections only work if you know they exist. Number 3. Automatic pension enrollment at 70. This one is sneaky. In the past, you had to apply for CPP and OAS if you chose to delay beyond 65. But starting in 2025, once you hit age 70, enrollment happens automatically. That means if you had a unique income strategy in mind, you may suddenly find yourself with higher taxable income than expected. This could push you into a new tax bracket or trigger clawbacks on other benefits. Some seniors only discover this after receiving an unexpected check, or an unexpected tax bill. Plan ahead. Review your retirement income strategy before you turn 70. That way, automatic enrollment won't catch you off guard. Number 2. Stronger elder abuse laws. Canada has finally updated the criminal code to address the many forms of elder abuse, not just physical, but financial, emotional, and even digital. This means that manipulation, isolation, or online harassment of seniors can now carry criminal charges. Police and social services have clearer authority to intervene, and new support programs provide emergency housing and legal protection. If you notice unexplained financial withdrawals, sudden social isolation, or emotional intimidation, speak up. These laws only work if they're used. Number 1. National Pharmacare rollout. For decades, Canadians dreamed of universal prescription coverage. In 2025, the first phase of National Pharmacare finally arrived. Essential drugs for seniors, like insulin, heart medications, and blood pressure prescriptions, are now covered or heavily subsidized across much of the country. But don't assume every medication is included. The initial rollout covers a limited list, and enrollment often requires registering through your provincial health plan. Check with your doctor or pharmacist today. The savings could amount to hundreds of dollars a month, and better adherence to medication could mean years of healthier living. If there's one lesson from these 10 laws, it's this: what you don't know can hurt you. From pension splitting and digital wills to tenant protections and national pharmacare, Canada's legal landscape is shifting fast. Some changes are designed to help, others can trip you up if you're not careful. But staying informed gives you power, the power to protect your savings, your health, and your dignity. So take action this week. Review your will. Ask your doctor about Pharmacare. Double-check your pension plan. And most importantly, talk openly with your family about your rights and your wishes. Because in 2025, knowledge isn't just power. It's protection. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.